Hola, hola, y buenos días. In this video, I cover the basics about the Spanish subjunctive in the present tense. Using the subjunctive is almost always about the mood you want to convey, and it puts doubt into your sentence, specifically doubt about a future time frame. In the sentence, espero que tenga un buen día, we use the subjunctive tenga because while I hope you have a good day, I can't be sure that you will, and we won't know until the future. While there is an exception with emotions, we typically use the subjunctive when we want to make a statement that is contrary to fact and the future outcome is uncertain. There's an acronym that teachers often use to help their students learn when to use the subjunctive, and that is WEIRDO. The letters stand for wishes, emotions, impersonal expressions, recommendations and requests, doubt, ojalá. Let's look at some examples using the acronym as a guide. As you look at these examples, notice that each sentence has two subjects separated by the word que and has doubt about a future time frame, except for maybe the emotions category. Wishes. Quiero que vengas a mi fiesta. Emotions. Me alegro de que estés feliz. Impersonal expressions. Es importante que estudies para el examen. Recommendations. Te recomiendo que pruebes la paella. Doubt. No creo que tenga razón. Ojalá. Ojalá que salgamos de vacaciones pronto. Now, I find the most difficult part of learning the subjunctive for my students is they try to translate it word for word. It doesn't work that way because in English, we often leave out that word that. For example, espero que tengas un buen día literally translates to I hope that you have a good day. But in English, we often just say, I hope you have a good day. As a Spanish learner, you need to be comfortable rewording your sentences to add in the word que between your two subjects. Once you feel comfortable understanding when to use the subjunctive, then you can go on to learn how you want to use the subjunctive. When do we use it? When we have two subjects separated by the word que and typically a feeling of doubt. Now, just because there are two subjects in a sentence doesn't mean that it's subjunctive. Let's compare two sentences where one is subjunctive and one is not and match it to the correct letter in our acronym. For example, 1, let's use the verb estudiar. Quiero que estudies. I want you to study, or I want that you study. We use the subjunctive here because subject 1 wants subject 2 to study. We have the word que, and it's uncertain if it will happen. And this would go in the W part of our acronym for wishes. To compare, we have yo quiero estudiar. I want to study. This is not subjunctive because it's just stating a fact. It's also missing que and a second subject. For example 2, let's use escuchar. Recomiendo que él escuche al médico. I recommend that he listen to the doctor. This is subjunctive because subject 1 wants subject 2 to do something. We have the word que, and it's uncertain that this action will happen. Will he listen? We don't know, but he should. And this would be R in our acronym for recommendations. To compare, we have the sentence, él va al médico. He is going to the doctor. This isn't subjunctive because it simply states the fact that he is going to the doctor. Also, it's missing a que and a second subject. Let's talk about the formula for creating the regular subjunctive in the present tense. What we do is take the present tense yo form, and that will become our starting point. Now we take that yo form, drop the O, choose the opposite ending, and then we make sure we finish it off with the correct ending for the second subject. A nice little rhyme is form of yo, drop the O, and add the opposite ending. What does that all mean? Well, AR verb endings will use an E, while ER and IR verb endings will use an A. Let me show you how this works, and we'll use our previous sentences as examples. Remember our rhyme, form of yo, drop the O, add the opposite ending. In this sentence, the yo form of venir is vengo. Then we want to drop the O and add an A for the opposite ending. The last step is to match the verb with the subject. For the emotions example, the yo form of tener is tengo. Then we want to drop the O, add an A for the opposite ending. The last step is to match the verb with the subject. Side note here is that emotions will use the subjunctive, but there often isn't any doubt involved. It's a fact you have kittens, and I know that I'm happy about it. We use the subjunctive because that's the rule. Subjunctive with emotions in K. In the impersonal expressions example, the yo form of estudiar is estudio. Then we want to drop the O and add an E for the opposite ending. Finally, we match the verb with the subject. Recommendations. The yo form of llamar is llamo. Then we drop the O, add an E for the opposite ending. Finally, we match the verb with the subject. Doubt. In this example, hablar becomes hablo. Then we drop the O and add an E for the opposite ending. Finally, of course, we match the verb with the subject. Why did I leave it hable, you might ask? Because the subject after que is ella. And if you remember it from when you were first learning to conjugate Spanish, the rhyme was, for he and she, leave it be. In the last example, ojalá, salir becomes salgo. Then we drop the O and add an A for the opposite ending. Finally, we match the verb with the subject. Te toca a ti. Use what you just learned to decide if these sentences would use the subjunctive or if it's just a fact. Remember, you need two subjects, the word que, and a feeling of uncertainty for the subjunctive. Pause the video for as long as you need to. Okay, did you get? Number 1 is a subjunctive sentence. We have our word que, two subjects, and we are uncertain that the second person will actually do their homework. Number 2 is not subjunctive. It has the word que, but we are missing a second subject and is just stating a fact. Number 3 is subjunctive. It has two subjects. The word que, espero, falls into the wish category, and it is uncertain if the second person is in fact feeling well or not. Just a side note that estar in the subjunctive is irregular. Number 4 is subjunctive. There are two subjects, the word que, and it starts with the word doubt, which automatically tells us this person is uncertain. Number 5 is subjunctive as well. There are two subjects, the word que, quiero, falls in the wish category of weirdo, and there is doubt that the second person will call. Number 6 is not subjunctive. This is just a fact. Number 7 is subjunctive. There are two subjects, the word que, and it starts with no creo, which falls in the doubt category. Number 8 is not subjunctive. Even though it has the word que, it is a fact that she knows it's her birthday. There is no uncertainty or doubt or second subject. Number 9 is not subjunctive. There is only one subject, no que, and no feeling of doubt. We know for a fact that he spoke to his mom. And the last one, number 10, is not subjunctive. It has que, but not two subjects, and it's just asking about food preferences. Let's level up and change a verb into the subjunctive using the rules I gave you. All of the following sentences are subjunctive, but notice I translate for meaning and not word for word. Remember, you want to find the yo, drop the o, add the opposite ending, and then, of course, match that verb to the pronoun. If you want to try this on your own, pause the video for as long as you need. Let's see how you did. Number 1, the yo form of estudiar is estudio. The opposite ending is an e, which gives us estudié, and then we need to make sure it matches the pronoun. The answer is estudies. Number 2, the yo form of comer is como. The opposite ending is an a, which gives us coma, and then we need to make sure it matches the subject. The answer is coman. Number 3, the yo form is encuentro. The opposite ending is an e, which gives us encuentre. And then we need to make sure it matches the subject, which gives us encuentre. Side note here, this sentence doesn't have two subjects, but it is still in the subjunctive because that's the rule. Ojalá is the O in the weirdo acronym and expresses a wish for something that's uncertain. Notice that numbers 6 and 8 also use the word ojalá, and therefore make those sentences subjunctive as well. Number 4, the yo form of hablar is hablo. The opposite ending is an e, which gives us hable, and then we need to make sure it matches the subject, and that gives us hablemos. Number 5, the yo form of vivir is vivo. The opposite ending is an a, which gives us viva, and then we need to make sure it matches the subject, and that answer is viva. Number 6, the yo form of viajar is viajo. The opposite ending is an e, which gives us viaje, and then we need to match the subject, which gives us viajen. Number 7, the yo form of escribir is escribo. The opposite ending is an a, which gives us escriba, and then we match the subject. So our answer is escriba. Number 8, the yo form of poder is puedo. The opposite ending is an a, which gives us pueda, and then we need to match the subject, which gives us puedas for the answer. Number 9, the yo form of aprender is aprendo. The opposite ending is an a, which gives us aprenda, and then we match the subject, and the answer is aprendan. The last one, number 10, the yo form of cantar is canto. The opposite ending is an e, which gives us cante, and then we need to make sure it matches the subject, which gives us cantemos. Let's level up one more time to quickly go over just a few other things. Remember that 90% of the time, the subjunctive conveys a feeling of uncertainty or doubt, but not always. In the emotions category, if I say, estoy feliz de que sea viernes, I'm happy that it's Friday, there isn't any uncertainty, but I would still use the subjunctive because it's the rule. Same for impersonal expressions. Some people use the acronym DIE instead of weirdo. It stands for doubts, impersonal expressions, and emotions. That leaves out wishes, recommendations, and ojalá. Use whichever is easiest for you. There are irregular verbs with the subjunctive. We use them the same way as the regular verbs. They just don't follow the rule of find the yo, drop the o, and add the opposite ending. I have them listed on the side so that you can see them. Well, that was it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you found this helpful. If you like my videos, make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button. And if you have a question about what you just saw or heard, ask in the comments below, and I will answer. Gracias y nos vemos.
Created using Powtoon.